Hello everybody and welcome back, and I'm glad you joined us this time. In this video I will analyze the breakdown of poses and what makes a pose unique, and what's the recipe that we could apply to create our own cool dynamic poses. In this video I brought a little example to help understand and further understand how to draw a beautiful stand, or let me correct myself, to draw a beautiful pose, which is the main point. I brought a little example here, which is a drawing I've made yesterday, and I was quite a while spent some time practicing to help explain in this video very well. As I've explained in the video before on how to draw the anatomy of stand, I'm going to break down this little pose of how I started it up until the current process, which is it. There's a basic line I always draw in every video, which is for the head here, and I'm gonna marking it up. Usually I start from this point of area, and there's a line going up. I go with a straight up line here. This straight up line here is the central body part, and around the area here I try to draw a little cross. This is going to be the central area, which is the center of the collarbone and the neck, and then I connect my lines here, which gives me the shape of the neck, of the throat. Now, which is the most important part, is how to connect the bottom part up to the top part and create a beautiful body shape for your character. I usually drop my lines from the neck. I start with the neck area here, and I make a beautiful curved line, a beautiful curvy line here, which is going to be the waist. And as you see here, there's another one. Now we are left with the shoulder area. We're still here, so we just dropped two lines here and two lines here, which is gonna be the hips. But how can I establish the bottom area, which is a good question. I start usually with marking my shoulder location, and I usually put a little circle here so I could not forget where my character stands at. So I drop a line here, a curvy line here, and a little one here as well. It's a bit hard to see it because I have a finished drawing here, but I'm going here to show it in the next paper in more detailed and more refined form, how we could apply that to make a beautiful pose, a dynamic pose, and we can go as so creative as we can with it, which is the main plan. So now I'm going in with the same process, and I'm gonna do two different drawings. They're gonna be posed in a different way. So I start on, as I explained, with a little circle, and I drop my line here. This is going to be the neck, and hopefully this is gonna be the end. And I drop my lines here, a little cross line, and this is where my shoulders are going to be. So now we're gonna go for this, and we're gonna go for this. Now we have kind of established a little abs area, but now how are we gonna do the other part? So this is going to be where my neck location is, and this is as well. It's going to be here. It's a bit hard to see it, but you still always have a chance to fix up your lines. There's no mistakes. We just turn in our work beautiful, you know. Like, drawing is one of the best thing about it is the mistakes. Every mistake helps build up a beautiful piece. You can't expect that Leonardo da Vinci pulled up the Mona Lisa from the first time. There have been a mistake, and a mistake, and a mistake. And at the end, it formed that beautiful picture that now it's one of the most amazing pieces of art in history. So now, this is going to be my shoulder. And I know you all wonder how I'm gonna do this. Okay. Now, this is going to be the hips. And now let's think of how my character is gonna pose. Let's say my character is gonna have the hands around the hips here, and the other part is going to be like this. So let's take it a bit slowly, step by step. Since my character, let's say it's a male character, usually the hips and the shoulders usually are a bit equal, or sometimes the shoulders are a bit wide if the character has more muscular physique. Now I connect the traps, the trap area, and I go out with my head like this. So now I have a complete head. This is going to be usually in the middle of the circle is where I put my eyes and where I put the lips here. Now let's create the shoulder. I start on with a little drop shape like this. Not very much, not too big, not too small. It's a bit like an eye shape, but mostly let's call it a drop. And this is another one, it's just a bicep, and it's the rest of the body. Sorry, rest of the arm, which is the tricep. So now I go on now with the forearm, which is a bit in the shape of a diamond. We're just going through the basic shapes now, so nothing basically is very serious. Okay, now we're going for the other part. Now we have the arm is pointed directly in a different, it's hidden toward a different place. So now I do the same shape and I follow my lines like this. And since the character is kind of flexing, so the bicep won't be very much big. It's a bit hard to determine because my lines are a bit in control here. So this is why I have a bit of basic line, because this line helps me establish the body part of the character, which is important. So we have everything in place. My lines, I hope it's can be viewed on the camera, and I haven't checked out, but let's continue on. So now we have our own character. We have basically almost everything. This is the ribs, as you see, guys. The ribs are here. This is going to be the abdominal muscle, and here is the leg. So my character now, I'm gonna come out with the forearms. Usually I draw the hands like that, like in a bit of quick format before I add the details to it. This is the abdominal muscle. Sorry, the pectoral muscle. And now our character doesn't have an arm a bit pulled very much, so I'm gonna like put the chest muscle a little bit higher like that, and the belly button, and this is the rib area. And this is going to be the legs. I've checked the camera in a bit, so I'm gonna move up my lines up This is going to be the muscles. As again, this is the thighs. So the thighs are a bit refined. And here, the trap muscle. The lats, excuse me. I'm going now to erase the lines here to have a better visual for everybody, so they could see that how everything is in order together. And this is going to be the calves, I think they call them. If I'm not wrong, hopefully. So here we are having a lot of fun drawing this character that looks so beautiful, and hopefully we'll do that again. And I would like to see your guys' artwork. I'd like to see the progress you guys made. So now I'm gonna erase my lines here, and any axis line that prevent us from seeing the character. And here, as you guys see, this is my character here, and I'm gonna give it a bit more details. The beautiful thing about drawing is adding details, like for me. And now we're just going through the pencil part, and like hopefully later in the future we're gonna move on to the inking part, which like the basic inking for manga, for anime, for anything you'd like, for illustrations, for like it's a beautiful skill that you guys develop, and I would love as well to develop it as well, so we can do it all together and we have some nice time practicing. If your character is curvy, you can add a little curve here, and a bit of lines here. And I'm gonna give my character a beautiful set of jean shorts, because that's a very beautiful guy actually I'm gonna draw here, and he has some good taste in clothes. I'm not really very well with drawing clothes, but I'm trying to make his clothes a bit loose. I just want to see how that will turn out. Let's see. In the axis line, I erase it here. This is so far my character for this part, like frontal. Now I want to see how we could apply. Let me see a bit of adding here and here. I don't know how I can pull that out. It's a bit hard to see here, but let's get to the. Let's hope I can get it right so everybody could see it. Okay, this is a frontal video, a frontal pose here. I want to see now how I'm going to apply this pose differently, in a more exaggerated term. And this is going to be a little experiment I'm going to do, which I have not done before. So now, let's see. The line, I want to think how my character would be following. Okay, let's say something that could look like Wamu's pose. So the body is a bit stretched. It's a bit stretched forward. And I'm gonna try to apply the same formula I've applied here. I think it would be better to do it a bit simpler pose, I think. Okay, so now I'm gonna connect everything, and important thing, always keep this. This is a little thing I add, and I think it's one of the basic when you draw a character. Okay, so now my character has a beautiful jawline here. The collarbones, let's not forget them, because I think collarbone for me plays a major role on how I can draw a good character, because without it I won't be able to. The same thing. It will be a bit simplified this, because we're gonna have the point of it is to draw a character in the correct way. In, I think, a bit proper way, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so my character as you see, guys, here these lines helps you distinguish where the ribs and where's the abs. And where do you put your lats in every character. It's a bit helpful with understanding anatomy, and then later you can go design your character as much as you like in any shape or format. I will do a tutorial about how to draw hands, like probably tomorrow, because I'm trying to make up the time where I wasn't able to do any tutorials for a pretty long time, which was most of the month, and I really feel actually guilty not being able to do that. Okay, so now let's have a nice cleansing of our own character, and let's see how it turned out. I want to see if it's actually look better on the camera, and I hope actually I did record it, because it will feel not well that I wasn't able to, because it took me a while to like think of how I can explain this properly. Another thing, do you want to add, if you want to check if your character anatomy, and that helps you as well with dimension, is I usually do a little circles to make sure that my character thickness and shape is on the right format. So if anything is not out of ordinary, everything, if it's out of ordinary, it can be fixed, or like we refine it however we please. Okay, this is a different format of how to draw the dynamic poses, or how to establish a basic dynamic pose for your own character or for your own stand, and I hope you guys found it very useful, and it helps you out sketching your own character and draw your beautiful JoJo pose. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a nice comment or any critique or question you would like. If you want to submit your artwork, join the subreddit and post it. And if you want me to draw it or sketch it, I can do that for you guys. Thank you guys for coming, and thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a nice day, and please be safe during this pandemic. And take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.